Welcome to Make Your Own Time, your favorite podcast for lighthearted and straightforward conversations about cultivating a mindset of freedom and unfuckwithable joy. I am Brittany Gayle, your hostess with the mostest, the mama with no drama, and the millennial mystic on a journey to freedom. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Make Your Own Time. I am your host, Brittany Gayle. I'm very happy to be here this week. I'm feeling good, and I've really been enjoying the space that recording has offered. For the first time in 5 years since I've been home, being a mom and working from home, and of course, this last year since the pandemic and everybody's been home, there has been very little quality time by myself. And I know I'm not alone, but like I said, for me, it's been about 5 years. I've been pregnant twice in the last 5 years. I was breastfeeding about a year or so after the pregnancy. So when you add that all up, I have been very attached to my people. So I say all that to say, shout out to parents who don't get alone time. We got to take it though. We got to snatch it back. So I am back like I never left, in the place to be, to chop it up this week about honesty. I've been thinking a lot about communication and living our best life and getting free. And the number one thing that I continue to come back to is honesty. And I'm gonna take it deep. I'm gonna jump off the deep end in a few minutes, but I want to start with how I honestly saw the BS coming in this whole political realm. I'm gonna be very clear and honest and upfront with y'all, because y'all are my people. I am not your girl for politics. I'm not the one you call to see what's the latest thing in the news, because that's just not how I show up. But I got word, and I'm online and I'm on social media like most people these days. And I see the foolishness that is our government. I do not understand how y'all how so many people take this serious. I'm not even gonna put that on y'all, because y'all are my people. And if you're listening to this, 9 times out of 10, it's not bothering you or stressing you out. But to watch the news and to see the foolishness that goes down, especially in this country, I really feel for people who let it knock them around and cause them anxiety and depression and just all the things. Because I've known for a while that is what this system thrives off of, especially now. It needs people to be scared. Fear is a driving factor. It needs you to be scared, tired, and sick. Really, like just in that order: scared, tired, sick, and thinking that there's not enough. And anytime you are willing to jump off of that wheel of being scared, tired because you work in a job that is beating your soul into the ground, but not paying you enough to feed your family, it don't make sense. It's not adding up. None of it is adding up. The fact that these people want to give us the fact that these people want to give us, the Black community, Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill. It's a slap in the face. And it's a joke at this point. So I just pray that you don't let this system get you all bent out of shape. Honestly, I do. Honestly, I pray that you're somebody who can watch it, stay tapped in for your safety and for resources, maybe for your family, I don't know. But then you need to tap back out and then tap into what's real. And what's real is your body. You could do a lot for your body every day. What's real is you are only living because you have breath. So, maybe tap into your breath, figure out what that's about and how that whole breathing thing works. What else can we tap into? We can tap into our children. If you are like me, you don't have a dull moment to spare, because if you have children, you have something to do. Newsflash, your children need you. If you have children, you definitely have something to do. If you don't have children, I'm sure there is a child near you that could use some support. Or, you could plant something or hold the door open for some. There's so many things we could do besides being stuck in the news cycle of America in these United States, because it just doesn't make sense anymore. It really doesn't. I want to take a second to tell you about Anchor. I don't know if you've heard, but Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. So it's free for one. Two, they distribute your podcast to several platforms with the click of a button. And three, you can upload and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. It's really everything you need to make a great podcast in one place. Your podcast can be anything you want. It can be funny. It can be a how-to. You can just get up here and review things or cackle. It's whatever you want it to be. The important part is to remember to have fun. So to get started, download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started today. But let me pick us back up and bring us on a positive note of what does make sense. I am reading a new book by Shaman Durek, and y'all, I am so happy to tell y'all something good. This has to be something I do regularly, where I'm just going to tell y'all some good information, some good news, so that I can help counteract some of that, negativity and darkness that is coming through the tube, the programming on the TV, and really on social media too these days. The news is dark and it's a lot of heavy. So let me tell y'all something good. There is a shaman named Shaman Durek who has this book called Spirit Hacking, and he is a brother who really breaks down the spiritual world and brings it into relationship with, the medical, scientific, research-based world in a way that is really amazing. And somebody like myself, who is a spiritual girl at heart, I'm a mystic, meaning I like all the things of the occult. I've always been drawn to astrology, tarot, reading of the palms. What else they used to have? What was the genie? What was the lady name? I believe in whatever the genie was that was blinking around, the little white lady who used to come out of the who used to come out of the little genie bottle. I've always been drawn to the mystical and the magical. So, and let me say this, because I understand how miracles work and I give all praise and honor and glory to the Most High God, I don't need scientific backing for spiritual to believe in the things that I can't see, to have faith and hope and understand how the spiritual realm works and how time doesn't work, or how time works, because the things that we were taught don't support the spiritual realm, and I've always known that. So to come across this book, Spirit Hacking, I believe that's the name. Let me make sure. I'm so grateful, because even though I don't need it, I know so many people are going to be benefited from seeing the numbers and the graphs. So yes, the book is called Spirit Hacking. The numbers and the graphs, and having some basis and validation. And the part that I love about all this validation and numbers, because we know numbers don't lie, is that we are definitely going to be going quickly into a new age of healing and insurance. And we're going to see, mark my words, because it's already happened to one person on my Instagram. There's an herbalist that got approved through an insurance company. And this is a sister who reads cards and studies plants. Well, let me not say she reads cards, because that's assuming. But she definitely studies plants, and she's an herbalist, and she is indigenous to what is Black and what some might call root work. All these things that used to work, all these indigenous practices, especially for Black people and Native people to this land, this earth, they are coming back. Thank God. Because I've been waiting. I've been going back natural. And I say that specifically because there is no going natural. You don't go natural. You go back natural. The same way when I left Virginia and I went to school, and I left home for the first time in 2005 when I graduated from high school, I stopped getting relaxers that year, and I've never gotten another one, because something in my spirit wanted me to go back natural. And when I got to college, thank you, sisters at Bennett, who showed me that not only was it cool, it was sexy, it was fly, it was different. Everybody's hair is different. Everybody's hair sits different, bounce different, twist different. And being at an HBCU with all women, it was priceless. So I want to jump right into the unfuckwithable joy. So when I was looking for words, because I Googled it, I was looking for just something that stood out, something that wasn't rooted or grounded, and all those other hashtag words that feel very much trendy. And this word really resonates with the energy that I hope to bring to this space, and the energy that I want to share with the collective. And that is the energy of being so firm and being so true to who you are. You won't let anyone or any outside thing mess with your joy. That has been something that has really kept me sane and kept my spirits high on this spiritual journey and just on this life journey. When I learned that I am in control and I am really 100% responsible for my actions and for my emotions, it was a game changer. So reading the book and just getting the reminders from either movies I watch or elders I talk to, and now spirit hacking with Shaman Dirk, I am reminded that I am in the right place and I am on the right track, because there's nothing outside of ourselves that can help us feel grounded and more loved than self-love. So let's chop it up. Let's talk about how honesty and learning to be true to yourself is really the key in getting grounded in that type of energy that no body or no thing can fuck with. Because if you think about somebody who is easily moved, I think about it like a tree that was just planted. The roots aren't all the way firm. It's in the ground, but if something comes by that happens unexpectedly, if somebody pushes it down, if, the wrong breeze blows, you're on your side, you're upset, your feathers are all ruffled, and you got to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and put your roots back in the ground and try your best to get centered and grounded and call all your energy back. That used to be me, especially because I'm a highly emotional person and I'm a very passionate person. I used to let things just wash over me and let people especially, or, things that upset me really take me all the way there. And the good thing is I wasn't somebody that held on to those emotions or swallowed my feelings. I knew how to express it, even though it was not always the most healthy or appropriate way to express it. There's two sides to that coin. There's people that hold it in and keep all that energy pent up and make themselves sick on the inside of their bodies. And there's people that spew out and say whatever and react in the heat of the moment. And it's almost like, they're spitting fire, or it's a bull in a china shop type of situation where you're just wrecking things, relationships, and all types of stuff just because your mouth is too quick. There's always two sides to a coin, and that's duality. Knowing that, okay, I don't want to be somebody that spits flames and, even if it's the truth, always feels like they have to say something and be right or be up in folks' face with information. And I also don't want to be someone who doesn't feel comfortable having conversations that might be conflictual, or doesn't feel comfortable expressing myself because I don't know how other people are going to respond to it. Both sides of that coin are very extreme. So the goal is balance. The goal is balance and learning how to be true to yourself, somewhere right there in the middle of respecting other people and also not letting people fuck with you. Not letting people or things outside of yourself have you out here rolling around, ruffled in your feathers. Because if we think about our position, especially as Black people, I am a Black woman. If I let everything that could upset me get under my skin, I would be tired. All the injustices, all the foolishness, any drama that came my way, if I really entertained all of it, I would be an emotional wreck. But because I am not that little tree whose roots are not firm, and I am grounded, and I'm talking about what grounded means, because I'm grounded in who I am, then I'm not easily shakeable. And I realize that my grounding is in my values, and my grounding is in the way I live my life. the way I've let my life live through me, honestly. And when I've sat back and I process my values and how I got here and what is it that has really supported me in developing that mindset and that culture of being grounded and firm. It was not religion. It wasn't even spirituality. It was reflecting on the cycles and the patterns in my life. And when I do that reflecting by myself with nobody else, and I really sit back and look at the patterns or the way things have happened, because if you look hard enough, you will see the patterns and you'll start understanding that, okay, there's a cyclical nature to the way life is showing up. And if I just take a step back, I can figure out what's really happening here, or what's the message that spirit is trying to get to me? What's the message of this whole thing? One of the highlights and one of the messages that stand out to me the most is honesty. The message of honesty continues to come back up. And I just want to dive deep for a second and talk about honesty and how being honest can help us all get free. If you are someone who believes in energy, and if you are somebody who has ever said, good vibes only, keep that negative energy over there. If you're somebody who sages and smudges and prays for energy and does any type of work like that, you are doing yourself and our environment a disservice every time you lie. I really want to challenge you to be honest. It is not until I started challenging myself to be honest that I realized how damn easy it is to lie. And that is a problem. I mean, that's a real problem. And I don't mean big dramatic lies. I mean very small, everyday, what they usually call little white lies. Ain't no little white lies. Little white lies are just like everything else that's white. I don't know where I was going with that, but little white lies they're not cute. You don't get to just put white in front of something and clean it up and make it okay. Don't lie. I challenge you to be honest. And I don't mean to be blunt. I didn't say be nasty or to have no couth when you're talking to people or no patience. But being honest means if somebody hits me up and I don't want to talk, I don't make up a reason about why I don't want to talk. I'm honest. Being honest for me also means not telling somebody, oh my goodness, I really missed you, or oh, I was gonna send you this text, or no, what's one of the lies I used to tell? Let me just make it more relevant to my life. Oh, I thought I sent that text message earlier, my bad. Girl, no, you didn't. You don't have to say that. You don't have to lie. No, you didn't. Or I wish I could make it, but I can't. If you really don't wish you could make it, just leave that part out. What's another lie I used to tell? I mean, it's the small lies. But when I started pulling back from those small lies, I realized that I don't want to lie at all. I don't want to lie to get free stuff. I don't want to lie to be in better relationship with somebody, because that's just not the vibe and the energy that I want to put out into the universe. So I spoke a little bit earlier about values and how my values help me get to where I am. And where I am is a place of being very happy in who I am and free. I am free. And you can't get free saying things like, I value honesty, and then you're not honest. It doesn't matter that you don't lie to your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your husband or your mom. Any lie is a lie. The universe knows you're lying. So if you put out lies, white lie or not, you have to expect to get lies back. If you put out false things, you should expect to get false things back. If you put out honesty and love and genuine support, you can expect to get those things back. That's just how the universe works. And there was a time where I didn't really understand how energy worked, even though I thought I did. And I thought that my intention behind behind certain words would, give me this out almost, where it's like, okay, it doesn't matter that I said it because what I really meant was this. And what I've learned is the universe don't give a good hot damn about your intention sometimes, because your intention does not override the real energy that you are putting out. Your words have energy. Your words have life. You can't say, oh, I didn't mean that part of that life. That's not how the universe works. You put it out and it's done. It's left your lips and now it's out there. This is one of the examples of the road to hell is paved with good intentions, which is a quote I did not like, because I didn't understand it. And I thought intentions are everything. My intentions are valid. My intentions are important. And our intentions are very important. Having pure intentions matter. But having pure intentions with misguided or misaligned energy one doesn't outweigh the other in a way that absolves you from energy. So I say all that to say, if you are lying, you are lowering your vibration. I don't care if you lie about needing a day off. I mean, it doesn't matter what the lie is. The vibration of the lie is felt in the universe. So if you lie, or if you are a liar, I hope you are doing equal and more on the other side of just, I don't even know what the opposite of lying is, because you just need to be doing a lot of drinking water and getting your vitamin D, grounding yourself, meditating, journaling, and hopefully you can come up out of that lie. But if you lie to other people, more than likely you are also lying to yourself. And that's just the reality of how lies work. And if you're lying to yourself, then it's easier for you to abandon yourself and not be true to yourself. And when you get to a place of abandoning yourself, you compromise your boundaries and you find yourself in situations in your life that do not align with what you believed your values were. The key word in that sentence is believe. You can think your values are one thing, and you can say you value love and honesty or open communication. But in reality, if you say you value open communication, and then when somebody openly communicates with you about something that, feels uncomfortable or doesn't sit well with you, and then you reject it, or you blow up, or you repeatedly have a breakdown where you can't receive that information, you have to understand that your values are not aligning with your life. And that causes chaos, which can look like so many things. Chaos in your life can look like losing a job, not being able to maintain relationships, not being able to hold on to money, so many things. But people feel like this is negative energy, or This is a curse, all these things that can come from that low energy. And I'm just here to remind you that at the end of the day, the low energy is yours. So it's either yours to clean up and be real about, or it's yours to step into. But it's yours nonetheless. Nobody can make you feel anything. Nobody can force you to do anything. The most important part about getting off of that slave mentality and getting on the mindset of freedom where your joy is unfuckwithable is understanding that you have 100% power over your emotions and your feelings. So I challenge you to just check yourself and tap in with yourself. If you catch yourself saying things like, you made me feel this way, she made me do that, he made me X, Y, and Z. That is a poor mindset. That's language of a poor mindset. No one can make you do anything. Switch that, flip it and reverse it. I choose to get angry when people violate my boundaries because I don't like it and I feel disrespected. Nobody made me get angry. I choose to yell when somebody eats my last ice cream because it makes me feel better to get it out of my mouth instead of crying. Nobody makes you do anything. Let's really own everything that we have. Own your responsibility for showing up emotionally, especially if you're an adult. It's just time to do that. It's time for us to level up on our vibration and step into a higher place, higher vibration. And we're going to do that by really owning our emotions and owning our choices. Owning the responsibility to be honest to ourselves and letting ourselves know, okay, if I'm lying to other people or myself, if I am somebody who lies, I am lowering my vibration. And lying is a signal that you don't trust yourself, or lying is a signal that you feel like you need to weasel or convince, or there's a lot of energy that goes with lying, but it's just not secure, because what you really would do if you were grounded is just say what you had to say. And to hell with how somebody else feels about your truth, because when your values start to align with your actions, people will know, even though maybe I don't like what she just said, or maybe I wasn't expecting him to show up that way and say that thing, I know that that person is rooted and grounded in love. And I know that they're honest. So I believe them. And I can take this information a little bit better than somebody who says this one thing, but shows up in another way. We're really leaving the times of being afraid to show up how you are. If somebody can accept your truth, and you feel the need, because you don't need to lie, you feel the need to choose to lie, I really want you to think about that relationship and how it's keeping you bound to the lower vibrational side of things. Trust that being honest is not the end of the world. Trust that people are going to still love you even though you're honest. Trust that you're going to have some hard conversations, because that's how conversations go sometimes, and that's what relationships need to grow. But if you lie because you want to save face, or you lie because you want to save somebody else's emotions, you're really just stunting yourself and stunting other people. Lying is low vibrational. It's scary. It's really weak. And we all do it so easily. So I'm not bashing or judging you for lying. I just really want to pull you into the light so you to know that lying is a scary, weak emotion. And if you loved yourself and you trusted God and you trusted your gut, you would trust that showing up in truth is all you really need to do ever. And it's going to be rocky. I'm here to show. I am a prime example of what showing up in truth looks like, because in the last year alone, I've lost some very valuable relationships. But because I showed up in truth and I honored myself and my values and my integrity, I've been rewarded still. I would not do anything different. And it does not matter if it is my mother. It doesn't matter if it's my child or a business partner. I choose not to lie. And I choose not to dishonor myself by vibrating in a lie when I just don't have to. I can choose the truth. I can choose light. I can choose to give you my truth in a respectable way and be patient with it and even talk about it and explain it and process it. But I'm not going to lie about it to spare time or to spare you. It's just not what I choose to do. I know that God is love. I truly do believe that. And I know that God is truth. And I choose to do my best to vibrate as high as possible and to just always be on a homeboy level with God. I'm a co-creator in this life. I don't see God as my heavenly Father that I need to bow to and bring all the offerings. I think that God reminds me, I'm grateful that God reminds me on a daily basis that I am a co-creator and that I have unlimited choice. And lying or feeling stuck and restricted makes me feel like some of y'all don't understand that you have unlimited choice. Because if you knew how boundless your light was and how big and expansive you were, you would not lie and hold yourself down and put yourself in these boxes to appease other people who are not even healed, other people who are not even doing their work. Most of the times when you lie to people who are energetically lower than you, and you're doing it to show face or to, I don't know. I challenge you to catch yourself in the small lies and to try only for 1 week to show up in truth and see what that feels like. Even if you don't report back to me, this is a personal challenge from me to you. I challenge you to be honest, not only with yourself, but with other people. And I challenge you to do it with in many situations as possible. But I was going to say, I challenge you to be honest in as few words as possible. Being honest doesn't mean that you have to say everything. Maybe it means saying nothing. Being honest means maybe you take off the first part of that text message that came out like word vomit, and then you just leave the end of it that says, "Thank you, I love you," or "I appreciate you." Taking a step one day at a time to show up honestly might mean that you just say a lot less. And that sounds like a walking meditation to me. So that's the bell. And that is my time with you this week. I'm glad that you joined me. I receive all the love and all the energy and all the support. I want to remind you to subscribe to the podcast wherever you're listening. Hit the button and subscribe. Share this podcast with someone. Leave me a review. I would really like to hear from you and to see your thoughts and what you're getting from this. I appreciate you. And the love is real. The love is real. Until next time. Thank you for listening. And remember, honesty is key. So be true to yourself, because you can't buy peace of mind. And if you are ever unhappy, always make your own time.